Exploring cells in detail. An introduction to cells in general. Robert Hooke, plant and animal cells. Today's learning goal is to 1. Describe what a cell is. 2. Examine the structure and function of animal and plant cells. And 3. Examine the difference between animal and plant cells. What does the term cell mean? A cell is the smallest working unit of a living thing or organism. Cells can be compared to building blocks that make up a building. Who discovered cells? Initially discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665, the cell has a rich and interesting history that has ultimately given way to many of today's scientific advancements. Robert Hooke was very skilled at making laboratory equipment such as microscopes. When he first observed a piece of cork under his microscope, it reminded him of the individual rooms in a monastery. He called what he saw cells. Cells come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. Have a look at these different types of cells. There are images of red blood cells, white blood cells, nerve cells, muscle cells, and sperm cells. First, let's look at an animal cell. The animal cell. An animal cell example is human cheek cell. The individual parts of a cell are known as cell structures or cell organelles. The function of the cell structures explain what they are used for. To understand this better, let's explore the animal cell's structures and functions. The animal cell structures. Here there are 5 labels: nucleus, mitochondria, cell membrane, ribosome, and cytoplasm. The nucleus controls the activities of the cell and carries genes. Mitochondria, where energy is released from food in respiration. Cell membrane, mostly made up of fat, protects the cell and allows substances in and out of the cell. Ribosomes makes proteins, for example, enzymes and hormones. Cytoplasm, watery fluid of salts and food in which cells float. Next, let's look at a plant cell. The plant cell. A plant cell example is an onion cell. Plant cells, the basis of plant life, differ from animal cells with a rigid cellulose cell wall for support and protection. The plasma membrane inside controls substance movement. To understand this better, let's explore the plant cell's structures and functions. The plant cell structures. There are 8 labels on the diagram: cytoplasm, ribosome, cell membrane, cell wall, vacuole, nucleus, chloroplast, and mitochondria. The plant cell structures and functions. Cytoplasm, watery fluid of salts and food in which organelles float. Ribosome, makes protein, for example, enzymes. Cell membrane, mostly made up of fat, protects the cell, allows substances in and out of the cell. Cell wall, made of cellulose, provides extra protection for the cell. Vacuole, a space in the cytoplasm where food and water are stored. Nucleus, controls the activities of the cell and carries genes. Chloroplast, carries chlorophyll, which is used to make food in photosynthesis. and mitochondria, energy released from food in respiration. There are three main differences between plant and animal cells. Cell wall is present in the plant cell and absent in the animal cell. Vacuole is present in the plant cell and absent or very small in the animal cell. And chloroplast is present in the plant cell and absent in the animal cell. So to summarize these differences, there are three and they lie within the following three aspects of cell structure. 1, the cell wall, 2, the vacuole, and 3, the chloroplast. Use these images to help you answer the questions on the following slides. Time to peer assess. Ask your partner the following questions. 1. Can you describe what a cell is? 2. What are the main structures of an animal cell? 3. What are the main structures of a plant cell? 4. Describe any differences you observed between these two types of cells. Revisit the presentation at any point to review the information contained within. Time to self-assess. Write, speak, or dictate what you understand about the following questions. 1. Can you describe what a cell is? 2. What are the main structures of an animal cell? 3. What are the main structures of a plant cell? 4. Describe any differences you observed between these two types of cells. Revisit the presentation at any point to review the information contained within.